My own family texted me, "We need space from you. Please stop contacting us," completely. No call, no warning, just that one cold message lighting up my screen like a police siren in a quiet street. I was standing in my little one-bedroom apartment, dinner half-cooked on the stove, when the silence after that text got so loud it felt like it had a sound of its own. I didn't beg. I didn't explain. I typed back the calmest thing I've ever written in my life. And they had no idea how expensive those words were about to be for them. Before I tell you the rest, tap like and tell me where you're watching from, so I know who's on the other side of this kind of family mess. My name is Maeve Carter, and for most of my life I've been the person everyone handed problems to like spare jackets. Quietly. Automatically. I work in payroll at a medical center in the city, so my whole job is numbers, rules, and making sure everyone else gets paid on time. My apartment looks exactly like that sounds. Soft lamps, clean counters, a sticky drawer where I keep all my receipts sorted by color. Nothing fancy, but everything steady. And in my family, steady has always meant one thing. I pay, my mom, Denise, loves to say, family helps family. She usually says it while standing at the sink, towel in her hands, doing that long, theatrical sigh instead of finishing her sentence. My dad, Harold, is more direct. He gives speeches about loyalty and duty, about how he didn't raise me to nickel and dime my own blood. If his jaw gets tight during the conversation, that means a bill is hiding somewhere, and I'm expected to catch it. Then there's my younger sister, Riley. 3 years younger than me, 10 times louder. New jackets, new hair, new crisis. She calls me money girl, half joke, half insult. Very serious when she needs help with a car payment or a security deposit. Every time I said I couldn't help, the chorus started, *, Riley can't manage like you. *, you know you're the responsible one. *, don't make things awkward over money. Even the extended family joined in. Our group chat was full of memes, photos, complaints about work, until money showed up. Then suddenly all the messages got sharp. And pointed, like everyone had a script about how grateful I should be to give back. Nobody ever asked about my rent, my savings, my stress. They just assumed my life existed so theirs didn't fall apart. The only person who never played that game was my mom's older brother, Uncle Joel. He runs a small moving business across town, the kind of work that gives you strong arms and a quiet understanding of people. He never asked me for a cent. Never hinted. Never guilted me. He just watched. I didn't know how important that would be until all of this blew up. For years I told myself this was normal. Every family has roles, right? Mine was just, the one who fixes the emergencies. Late electric bills. Overdue phone plans. Bus passes. Co-pays. Just until next week. I convinced myself it wasn't personal. But every time my own goals shrank so theirs could survive, something inside me pulled tighter. And then came the week everything tipped over. It started, as usual, with Riley. We were at my parents' apartment. She walked in wearing a brand new coat, tags still creased along the sleeve, and launched into a story about a safer apartment she wanted in a nicer neighborhood. She didn't look at me. She didn't have to. "You'll cover the deposit, right?" She said it while scrolling her phone, like she was ordering a drink. I said, no, not loud. Not angry. Just steady. No, I had practiced out loud in my bathroom mirror. The room froze. Mom stopped mid-dish. Dad inhaled sharply like I'd insulted him. That was all it took to flip the script. Suddenly I was the selfish one. Riley smirked and said, "Come on, money girl, it's not that serious." I left early, sat in my car with the heater ticking, and wondered why having a boundary felt like committing a crime. But the real punch came 2 days later at work. My office line rang. I picked up with my professional voice, "Payroll, this is Maeve." A cheerful man on the other end said, "Hi, I'm your parents' landlord." Just calling to thank you for adjusting their automatic deposit and reversing that late fee. Late fee. Automatic deposit. I hadn't touched anything. He kept talking. How my parents had given him my work number, my email, even my usual break times so he could catch me. I stared at the cheap canvas art on the wall as my face got hot. They hadn't just used my money. They had opened a door into my work life and walked a stranger straight through it. No permission. No heads up. Just, here, call our daughter, she'll fix it. I hung up, finished my shift on autopilot, then drove straight to their building. The hallway smelled like bleach and reheated food. I sat them down, looked both of them in the face, and said, I deserve to know what I'm paying for, and who you're giving my information to. Mom's eyes narrowed. We feel attacked. Dad crossed his arms. Don't bring that tone you use at work into this house. We're your parents. Riley laughed from the doorway. Should we, tip you now or later? It wasn't a fight. Fights at least mean someone cares enough to argue. This was casual cruelty, delivered like it was nothing. I left mid-sentence. There was no point finishing. The very next afternoon, the group chat lit up with one long message from my parents' shared number. We need distance from you. Please stop contacting us completely. No, for now, no, we're hurt, no, let's talk later. Just a verdict. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at that text until my phone screen dimmed itself. You'd think I would cry, or panic, or start dialing back. I didn't. Something in me just locked into place. If that's the distance they wanted, I decided I would finally honor it. Completely. About an hour later my phone buzzed with a different name. Uncle Joel, he never calls without a reason. I'm at your parents' place, he said quietly. They asked me to help pack. I thought I misheard. Pack what? Everything, kiddo. Clothes, dishes, pictures. They're moving out. So it wasn't just emotional distance. They were physically disappearing too, leaving me behind like an unpaid bill. Joel hesitated. I'll pull aside anything with your name on it. They told me not to bother, but I'm not throwing your stuff in a trash bag. No drama. No gossip. Just facts. After we hung up, I pulled open the sticky drawer in my apartment, the one with all my color-coded receipts. Rent. Groceries. Bus passes. Insurance. Prescriptions. Streaming services. Random emergencies that somehow always lined up with Riley's hair appointments. 7 years of holding up a house I didn't live in. I spread the receipts out on the floor. Green for housing. Yellow for utilities. Blue for transport. Red for medical. Purple for miscellaneous, things nobody even remembered I'd paid for. The edges curled like they were exhausted too. For the first time, I let myself really see it. This wasn't family helping family. This was dependence, dressed up as duty. And I wasn't a daughter to them. I was infrastructure. The thought didn't break me. It set me free. That night, Elias came over. We've been dating for a while. He's the kind of man who knocks gently even when I tell him to just come in. He took one look at my face and knew. They texted you. Not a question. I slid my phone over. He read the message, his jaw tightening, eyes soft. You don't deserve this. I didn't sob. I didn't fall apart. I just exhaled, like someone had finally cut a strap that had been wrapped around my chest for years. I'm done, I said. He sat down on the floor with me between the piles of receipts. Then let's start with one thing, he said gently. Show me what you've been carrying. For the first time ever, I handed someone the whole stack. The next morning I sat in Dr. Kaur's office, my therapist, and told her everything. The money. The landlord. The text. The move. She listened quietly, then said, Maeve, ending a financial entanglement isn't abandonment. It's self-preservation. That one sentence snapped something into focus. I walked out of her office clear. Not happy. Not comfortable. But clear. The next message I sent my family wasn't going to be emotional. It was going to be factual, final, and built out of the truth they had expected me to keep hidden forever. I didn't send it that night. I turned my phone on Do Not Disturb, put it face down, and slept. Really slept. When I flipped it over in the morning, the family group chat was chaos. Messages stacked, one after another. From Riley, where are you? Why aren't you answering? From Mom, you're being dramatic again. Fine, we'll do everything without you. If they wanted distance, why were they suddenly chasing me? I scrolled back up to their original text. We need distance from you. Please stop contacting us completely. Okay. I walked to my little kitchen table, spread the color-coded receipts back out, and took photos, one pile at a time. Housing. Utilities. Medical. Transport. Subscriptions. Other. 7 years of proof. Then I opened the group chat and typed, I'm honoring your request for distance. Here is a summary of the payments I've been making on your behalf. All of these will end on the circled dates. Please transfer leases and accounts into your own names within 30 days. I attached the photos, one by one. Send. 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 Then I added one last line, I'll also be canceling my direct deposits today. And hit send. For 2 solid minutes, nothing. I could almost see their faces reading those numbers for the first time in their lives. Then the panic started. Mom, Maeve, what is this supposed to mean? Dad, money is not the same as family. Don't weaponize it. Riley, you're sick. You did this to humiliate us. Extended family chimed in. Aunt Kara, this should have stayed private. Cousin Drew, this is extreme, Maeve. Mom again, we meant distance from your attitude, not from you. I answered, your text said, stop contacting us completely. I'm honoring that. Dad sent a wall of text, no punctuation. After everything we did for you as a child, this is how you repay us. We trusted you with our bills because we thought you understood family. I'd heard versions of that speech my entire life. I didn't respond. Riley switched strategies. I can't afford to move right now. I'll have to live in a dangerous neighborhood. Are you happy if something happens to me? Emotional blackmail. Classic. I hope you stay safe, I wrote back. But I'm not responsible for your lifestyle. Then I turned my phone face down again. That evening, I got a simple text from Uncle Joel, dropping off some boxes tonight. Stuff that's yours. They didn't want it. He showed up with 3 cardboard boxes, carefully labeled. He set them on my floor and said, they told me not to waste time on your junk. But I saw your name on things. Inside were unopened kitchen towels I'd bought them, a still-boxed blender, a Wi-Fi router they never bothered to install. Things I bought to make their life easier. Still taped shut. Joel looked at me and said, you did a lot more than they ever admitted. Don't let them rewrite this. When he left, the group chat lit up again. Mom, how could you drag Joel into our private business? Dad, we will never forgive you for humiliating us like this. Riley, hope you're proud. You ruined everything. I didn't type a word. Instead, I put my phone on the counter and drank a full glass of water, slowly, like I had nowhere else to be. 10 minutes later the tone flipped again. Anger turned to begging. Just like always. Mom, please don't do this. Your father isn't sleeping. Dad, I worked my whole life. You owe me respect. Riley, if you stop paying for the plan, how am I supposed to call work or get help? I sent one last message, I'm not talking about money anymore. Then the pattern cracked. Riley, I don't understand why you're so cold now. I replied, you told me not to contact you. I'm simply doing what you asked. This time, nobody answered. The silence that followed didn't feel like a threat anymore. It felt like a room with all the windows open. That night, around 2 a.m., one final message came in from Mom: if you go through with this, you're dead to me. I stared at it for a long time. Not because it shattered me, but because it didn't. I'm sorry you feel that way, I wrote. Then I put my phone on the dresser and went to sleep. In the morning, I made coffee and realized something wild. For the first time in years, I didn't wake up bracing for an emergency. I logged into my accounts and did what I'd promised. Removed my cards. Changed passwords. Closed out every auto payment that had my name on their life. Each confirmation felt like snipping a rope that had been tied around me so long I didn't know where my body started and the knots ended. Later that week, I sat across from Dr. Kaur again and told her I felt both lighter and scared. She smiled a little. Peace feels dangerous when you were raised in chaos, she said. That night, Elias brought takeout and a quiet presence. We sat on the couch, knees touching, no TV on. I'm proud of you, he said. And for once, I actually believed the words. The weeks after that didn't get louder. They got clearer. My phone stayed mostly quiet. I cooked without checking for notifications. I walked home without rehearsing fake apologies in my head. Eventually, the silence stopped feeling like punishment and started feeling like freedom. I learned that love without respect is not love. And boundaries are not cruelty. They are survival. If you've ever had to pull back from people you love just to save yourself, tell me your story in the comments. And if this hit home for you, subscribe for the next story, because silence deserves a voice, and tonight, mine finally does.